no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off as friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled.
It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, it's so cold outside,
break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way even when I'm feeling down. I fight, even when I don't know what is right. I'ma pick a side and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shake me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan.
It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone. It's so cold outside. It's so cold.
I don't get what I want, I get what I need. Every single day I'm heading off to my dream, and I get everything that I damn well please. I don't give a damn if you all listening to me, cause I run it. I'm the only one that really want it, I'm the only one that's really on it. I'm just being honest, I'm just doing everything I promise, cause I want it bad enough that I'ma make it as an artist. And I know I'm not the smartest, and I know I'm not the largest, but I promise you that I'ma be the one that worked the hardest, cause I promise you that I'm just getting started. And I promise you that my skills are getting sharper, so I'ma get charted. Can't be guarded, nah, I'm the one to get retarded. Get the party started, yeah, get the party started. Yeah, so let me get up on it, yeah. Bitch, you got me fucked up, I don't know what's up. Pour that shit in my cup, we bout to turn up. Crank this shit up so loud, sounds like we're sold out. In front of a whole crowd, we lose control now. Y'all take this shit too personally, everybody got a different version of me. Everybody gotta be learning from me, everybody wanna be working with me. And I feel like there's uncertainty and urgency to find out what you wanna be. But honestly, we change our minds constantly, so stop and breathe to find out who you wanna be. Failure ain't an option, so I'd be cautious. I hope that you're watching. Don't try to stop this, work until I'm nauseous. Cause I will not quit, no, because I want this. Don't try to stop me, failure ain't an option, so I'd be cautious. I hope that you're watching. Don't try to stop this, work until I'm nauseous. Cause I will not quit, no, because I want this. Don't try to stop me now. Don't try to stop me now. Yeah, it's too late for you, not for me. I don't give a fuck if you got a college degree. Did you learn anything, really worth anything? 200 grand later and we're not even working. Student loans worth more than what we're earning. Best lesson I learned is to keep on searching. Find your true passion and get to work. And better take action or you end up serving. Yeah, that's a fact. So you better clean up your act. So you better grow yourself a sack and tell the world they can suck on that. Don't come back, pack your bags. You take a trip and don't relax. You hit the switch and just attack. You find your niche and make some racks. Don't hold back. Everybody wake up, it's time to break up with the life you made up. It's time to trade up, live the life you want now, a life you don't doubt. I could give a fuck how, just figure it out. Wake up, man, this life is a blur. Everyone's got an opinion, so which one you prefer? Cause I'll give you one that's coming from an entrepreneur. Don't give up on your dream if it's what you deserve. Failure ain't an option, so I'd be cautious. cautious. I hope that you're watching. Don't try to stop this. Work until I'm nauseous. Cause I will not quit. No, because I want this. Don't try to stop me. Failure ain't an option. So I'd be cautious. I hope that you're watching. Don't try to stop this. Work until I'm nauseous. Cause I will not quit. No, because I want this. Don't try to stop me now.
Olá,
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control in me. My thoughts get so bad,
boa tarde.
I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like.
Como disse,
Oh
no
God,
sábado,
here goes.
live
I lost
Honkai,
all
né?
feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.
Está meio alto. Estava sobrepondo minha voz. Deixa eu ver um negócio aqui. Isso aqui. Tá, assim ficou melhor. Eu. Hoje eu vou dar uma farmada. Eu vou tentar fazer o modo história também. Hoje não vai ter nem react. Eu vou jogar direto. Antes eu já ia abrindo ele. Já vamos pra cá, né? É. Eu deixei sem som, filho. É que sem som. O som do jogo é alto pra caramba. Tem uma farmadinha off. Pra ver se dá um upado nos personagens. Eu tô querendo fazer isso aqui, ó.
Do you want to enter the Forgotten Hall?
Salão esquecido. Eu fiz esses dois aqui e o resto eu não fiz, porque eu preciso do Elro. Só que ele tá nível muito baixo. fazer a missão principal. Acho que fica melhor. Só lembrar qual é o botão aqui na missão. Siga pelo beco estreito. Vamos lá.
The real dreamscape, the land of the exiles. Before we go, should we speak to everyone first?
Não terminei a modo história ainda.
Keep going straight down this alley and it'll lead to an elevator. It'll take us to the center of the land of the exiles.
Entra na do aventurino.
What a huge clocky. Looks like the watchmaker also left his mark on Dreamflux Reef. Unbelievable. To think there's a settlement of this size within the dreamscape. And all beyond the family's reach. The atmosphere in this fortress is pretty different from that in the beautiful dream.
When I first saw it, I was in awe too. The sky here, it's like a reflection of the 12 dreamscapes. What's even more bizarre is that this place is also separated into trade and residential areas. The layout may be simple, but the facilities are very comprehensive. It seems that there are quite a number of people living here.
Though both dreamscapes have distinct styles, the architectural designs are quite similar. Works of the same hand, perhaps. Hard not to speculate on the connection. But there's no point in overthinking things. Let's meet up with Himiko and the others first.
Take a right
Oh,
turn at the
tá bem.
end of this road and you'll reach the trade district.
Como é que fica em cima da legenda?
There are more people
Fica ruim.
here, and perhaps someone knows where she is.
Not coming with us?
The Astral Express likely needs room for some internal deliberation. In the meantime, I'll try and locate Gallagher.
Sure. Let's reconnect later. Letting her go was the right decision. Further observations are needed before we decide whether to trust her. But first, there's someone I need to talk to.
Olha o bicho lá no fundo.
Let's go. I'm sure you've already noticed him. Look, over there.
Ah, falando do bicho.
The Reverie Hotel's bellboy. How did he end up here? And right after Miss Acheron severed the beautiful dream. We'd better check, just to be sure.
And it's perfect for me, and perfectly legal for me to stay in.
guest from before. We meet again! And a new friend. Forgot to introduce myself. I'm the hotel's bellboy, Misha.
Hello, Misha. I'm Welt. We met in a dream. Oh, and who might this be?
Elogio.
Tick-tock! Old friend and new friend! Let's high-five!
Your, memory zone meme?
No, Clocky is a good friend of mine. We all live here. How did you two get here? This dreamscape isn't supposed to be open to the public. I wonder if it has something to do with Sleepy.
So, this is your home?
Yep. After my work in the beautiful dream ends, I'll go back home. Commuting used to be more convenient, but ever since travel became cumbersome, Sleepy started ferrying people back and forth between the two dreamscapes.
This Sleepy. Can you describe what it looks like?
Sleepy is a memory zone meme. Looks fierce and has many eyes. But it's actually really well behaved. Gallagher's been taking care of it.
Based on the description, that meme is indisputably death. A nightmare for the family, but for the people who live here, well, that couldn't be further from the truth.
Eu não lembro muito da
Death?
história
Not
que
in a
tem
dream,
acontecido.
surely.
Eu sei que eu derrotei o Aventurine, aí
And
depois
sometimes messes up by fetching the wrong guess.
eu
But
acho
it would
que
never hurt
o
anyone.
I see. Has it brought back any
Gallagher
guests recently?
vai
Say,
falar com
in the last day or
Única?
two? We're currently
Única?
investigating a
Não,
missing
Sunday.
person case that occurred within the beautiful dream.
I see.
Irmão
Then
da
you'll
Robin.
have to speak with Gallagher. But he's currently
Acho que
busy
isso foi a
hosting a
última coisa
visitor
que eu
from
lembro.
the Oak family and specifically asked not to be disturbed. Mr. Yang, the person you're looking for, is it Miss Robin?
Just as I thought. Considering what happened with Miss Firefly, this doesn't come as a surprise.
If you're looking for Miss Robin, I can lead the way. She told me that she'd be willing to meet with outside guests.
If it's not too much trouble. Also, we're looking for our missing companions. A woman with red hair accompanied by a girl with pink hair. Have you seen them?
Oh, I haven't. But please, rest assured. Dreamflux Reef is a small place, and it's not as bustling as the beautiful dream, but its safety is unmatched. How about this? Since it's your first time here in Dreamflux Reef, I'll be your guide and help you find your companions. And then we can all go visit Miss Robin together. She's gone to Mrs. Grace's to visit the children. She won't be leaving anytime soon, so there should be enough time.
All right then, we'll follow your plan.
pra caçar Março
Well,
e
we
a
now know the
Info.
answer to both murder cases that have caused such commotion in Penacony. As for the intentions of the mastermind behind it all, we're still none the wiser.
A primeira é bem óbvia. Vale a pena descobrir mais sobre aquele visitante na família Carvalho. Esse nome soninho.
Yes, that's my thinking as well. I'm not entirely certain, but we still have to find him one way or another. Say, you mentioned before that you saw Clocky that only you could see.
Eu acho que é melhor ficar do outro lado, porque senão eu vou ficar em cima das respostas. Ou não? Nossa, tem um negócio aqui. Deixa eu ver se tem, né?
can't shake off this strange feeling. Am I really still so young at heart? Forget it. It's not important. We'd better just follow Misha.
Aqui eu vou ter que explorar depois, que eu achei toda coisa. Caramba, pegar.
Everyone, look! From here, you can see the most spectacular view of Dreamflux Reef.
A black hole? No. An accretion disk formed from consolidated memoria? Was Dreamflux Reef built on such unstable memoria?
Oh, so Mr. Yang is also versed in memoria dynamics. I was just trying to figure out how to explain this huge hole to everyone. I bet you guys have a lot in common with Miss Kami.
Sim, isso aqui.
I'm just a wallflower.
Cai, então. Sabe que é um passarinho de origami. Ela gasta a vida dele.
I'm just a wallflower.
Look! There she is!
My calculations are finally done. In another 10 system hours, the above dream will swallow the dream below. My hypothesis was correct. This place will cease to exist as the dream devours everything. Who are you all, and why haven't you left yet? This place is about to disappear. I'm Kami, a dreamscape surveyor specializing in memoria dynamics, and this is my life's work that I'm researching. See that huge gaping hole? It was just a narrow rift many years ago, but now it's grown into a giant hole. The surrounding memoria has been flowing towards the other end of the hole at a constant velocity, slowly but surely. But the scary part is, according to my calculations, the flow rate of memoria has recently changed, and it's faster than ever before. It's almost as if something is sucking it in from the other side. By constantly improving upon Madame Rosalina's memoria measurement method, I've finally obtained accurate results. After 10 system hours, the Dreamflux Reef will cease to exist. It will disintegrate like a melting glacier, and then fuse with the sweet dream fragments on that side of the void.
Please don't worry. This sort of thing has happened many times before. Miss Kami isn't a bad person. She's just a bit lost in her own world. She'll probably realize she's wrong soon enough.
You don't say.
Pode?
There was something else that piqued my interest. Who is Madame Rosalina?
Oh, do you know her too? Or are you also a fan of memoria dynamics?
We're very interested in Madame Rosalina's achievements. Could you tell us a little more about them?
Why, of course! She's an excellent scholar of memoria dynamics, and the first person to apply memoria rate measurement methodology on interstellar travelers. Regrettably, due to the presence of the Garden of Recollection, Ordinary people don't pay much attention to the nature of Memoria. She departed this world without much fame, leaving only a few thin journals behind. I came to Penacony to learn more about my idol, and went to great lengths to seek out Dreamflux Reef, all because this is her final resting place. Prodigies always meet their demise prematurely. If only Madame Rosalina had more time, she would have discovered a way to reverse the flow of Memoria. I felt it. The source is in the golden hour. There is a certain anomalous presence stirring the currents of the memory zone. I must uncover more concrete proof. I must convince everyone.
Eu acho que
Does
essa
the
menina
name
tá
Madame
meio...
Rosalina sound familiar to you?
A Luca. Rosalina? Não.
Before we came to Penacony, the conductor had given us a list of nameless to look into. Her name was mentioned. It seems like she did a great deal of research and calculations in Dreamflux Reef, before abruptly passing away.
Miss Katie regularly mentions her. I hear Madame Rosalina passed away during the prison war. She could see the Penacony of today. Its people building homes in the memory zone. I bet she'd be really happy.
Perhaps.
Our destination is the commercial district. That's where the largest crowds gather in Dreamflux Reef. We might be able to find the others.
Mais um. Nível. E as notas e relógios podem ser amigos. Ué.
Let me go. Ghost! There's a ghost! Don't come near me!
Oh my. I'm human and so are you. Can you get a grip? Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you two. Quickly, come help. I bumped into a member of the family on the way here. He was so scared and I just wanted to calm him down. But...
Let me go! Let me go! I've only done good in my life. Why can't I rest in peace after death?
well, this is how it turned out.
Qual das duas?
Me? A ghost? Don't make me hit you. He thinks he's dead. Although, when I first fell in, I also thought the same.
Dear guest, this is not the afterlife. This is Dreamflux Reef.
That's right. Did you hear that? Repeat after me. Dreamflux Reef.
You're talking to someone invisible. If I'm not dead, what am I? I shouldn't have pushed my luck and tried sleeping in my dream. Curiosity kills the Papeshi. Stop asking! You'll alert the monsters! All the dead are right here. All of them!
You're not talking about the memory zone meme, are you?
Don't say that name! It's all your fault.
Ah, tá.
You bully!
Stay back, Clara.
Too slow.
Stay back, Clara.
The fearless knows not fear. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Annihilate.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
As you command.
Never hesitate!
He passed out.
Hmm.
His intense negative emotions attracted the nearby memory zone memes.
I see. But why aren't the other people around here scared?
Unlike in the Sweet Dream, people here don't see memory zone memes as dangerous monsters. And even if they pose a threat, people can easily escape by forcing a wake-up call. But we can't just leave this man here. Can we take him somewhere safe?
We can ask Jessie for help. I've gotten to know many locals while waiting for you guys. Everyone here is living a self-sufficient life. I don't know how to describe it, but this place feels like the real dreamscape.
This reign of failure will be done for. Done for!
Deixa ele feliz.
How about a little impromptu?
Eu gosto sempre de ter todas as músicas no lugar.
I knew you couldn't hold your liquor. Try to...
Vamos. Tá. Vem pra cá.
Let's see how you handle a stroke of genius like...
Evening, Jessie.
Welcome, Miss March. Who might these be?
These two are my friends. As for the man lying on the ground, he's a scaredy cat who fainted from fright.
I see. Another poor guy who accidentally ended up here. There have been a lot of new faces lately. Things must be tough in the beautiful dream. The few remaining havens of freedom in Asdana will soon face trouble.
Do such things often happen here?
Not really, but they're becoming more frequent now. Guess it's one of the signs of the Sweet Dreams collapse. This man has had quite the shock. Could you help me find a Halovian lady, March? Her songs can heal mental wounds.
A Hellovian lady?
That must be Robin. She's also here in Dreamflux Reef.
Huh? Robin? But I thought she... Oh, right. If Firefly is here safe and sound, then it means Robin must be okay too.
Misha is about to take us to her to find out what happened. But before that, let's meet up with Himiko. You were with her earlier, right?
We met some stowaways in the residential area. Most of them came from neighboring star systems. I heard that places like Dreamflux Reef are scattered throughout the memory zone of Asdana, like islands in the ocean. They existed before the family arrived. I also heard that when Dreamflux Reef took shape, it was the center of all dreamscapes in Penacony.
If that's true, it's no wonder there are so many similarities between this place and the Sweet Dream.
Himiko must be gathering information. Let's hurry up and get going.
Hey, Polly.
This is where we split up.
So that's how it is. I never imagined we'd gather the remaining details here.
To borrow Gallagher's catchphrase, what an unpredictable twist of fate.
Himiko, here they are.
Ah, perfect timing. Now that everyone's here, I'd like to introduce everyone to Micah, who's partly in charge of the Land of the Exiles. Micah, these are my companions.
It's a pleasure to meet the Nameless.
You know us?
I've been keeping an eye on you since the day you arrived in Penacony. We would have met under more appropriate circumstances if Dreamflux Reef hadn't been isolated from the 12 Dreamscapes. Please, allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Micah, the Gravekeeper of Dreamflux Reef.
Gravekeeper?
Life in Dreamflux Reef is pretty liberating. Everyone here mostly keeps to themselves, without meddling in others' affairs. My daily task involves cleaning a few tombstones.
You're too modest, Micah. When lost dream chasers stumble upon this place, you're the one who takes care of them, guiding them back to the sweet dream, or showing them how to survive the wild dream chaos.
So, guardian of sorts.
Were you talking to me, Mr. Yang?
On that note, Mr. Mika, which tombstones are you referring to? We didn't come across any graveyard when we arrived.
They're actually just symbolic stones. But since you're curious, Mr. Yang, I'll take you there. I have a feeling you might find something of interest there. But before that, you have an important guest joining you.
An important guest? Who could it be?
This way, please. The roads here in Dreamflux Reef are a bit run down, so watch your step.
I remember when this place was all hustling and bustling.
Tá, vamos ver. Na próxima batalha eu usar caixas de susto, se esconderá em uma unidade aleatória. Passarinho. É sempre bom ter um pouquinho disso aqui. Então aqui.
Let's have a toast to dreams.
Aqui no vilão.
she is.
Everyone sang so wonderfully. It's not often that I tried this music style, but I've gained some valuable insights from it.
Oh, I can't thank you enough, Robin. Well, these kids have made incredible progress in only a few days.
It was nothing, Grace. I merely taught them how to sing. It was you who brought hope into their lives. Life must be quite difficult for them in reality, I imagine.
That's right.
Whenever it's time to say goodbye to these kids, they're reluctant to leave. But I've explored every corner of Dreamflux Reef, talked to everyone I met, and they all told me the same thing. This shattered dream is not worth clinging to.
It seems you truly are a child of the harmony. Emma and Andy are orphans I took under my wing. Carol there, with her blind eyes, used to work at a nutrition center in the outer ring of Penacony. And as for Gary, he's been living with autism since he was a child. They're not old enough to enter the sweet dream managed by the family. If we compare people to birds, these kids are like fledglings with impaired wings. But in this dream, well, they can fly freely.
Eu tô continuando uma história.
Along the way, well, they're still relying on their own strength.
Já dá uma parada. E
An old lady
vamos ver se é 3.0.
Well, without this dream,
Tem que fazer o resto da
I couldn't
história.
even walk toward them.
I'm glad that you found a new life here in Penacony. It's just...
Don't worry, Robin. Dreams have their significance, but they aren't everything. Both the children and I understand this. No matter how long we fly through this dream, we will one day return to reality. But you know what? Emma and Gary aren't plagued by their insecurities anymore. No, and Carol is learning how to cope with her blindness. And Andy, you see, in dreams, we learn how to live. Once we return to reality, we learn how to survive.
And should our feathers be damaged, then we share our wings with one another. There's no need to covet an illusory sky in dreams, because we have the right and the ability to fly towards a broader horizon.
It's a relief to see you safe and sound, Miss Robin.
It's nice to see you all again, Astral Express crew. I heard my disappearance caused quite the commotion out there. I'm really sorry about that.
Since you're here, can we assume that you're fully aware of the situation in Penacony?
Ever since I returned to Penacony, my voice started to change, until it gradually faded away. At first, I thought it was a temporary ailment, perhaps due to having been away too long. I thought maybe it just takes some time for my body to acclimate to the high concentration of Memoria and Asdana. But now it seems the root of the problem goes way beyond me. There are elements around me that don't align with the harmony. And losing my voice is just one of the signs of the Sweet Dreams collapse.
The Sweet Dreams collapse. That memo keeper mentioned the same thing. So it's real.
While I was away from Penacony, the boundaries of the 12 dreamscapes kept expanding outward. Whenever I mentioned the anomalies in the dream, all the family heads refused to talk about it. Only my brother was willing to respond. Later, I discovered the secret letters from the IPC ambassador, which further convinced me that there are hidden secrets beneath the surface of Penacony. So, following the clues in the Oak family's dossiers, I found my way here. The land of the exiles, concealed by the family under the guise of death. A dream within a dream, where Penacony's past is buried.
Hearing you speak, it sounds as if your voice has made somewhat of a recovery.
I hate to admit it, but the harmony in this place resonates more broadly than within the Sweet Dream. It's
The family has experienced betrayal. The traitor, or traitors, abandoned their original principles and, using the name of harmony, exploited people's weaknesses to turn Penacony into the planet of festivities, trapping everyone in the illusion of the sweet dream. This is not the strong defending the weak, but rather the strong exploiting the weak. A world without equality won't ever be favored by the harmony. And naturally, those voices blessed by them have lost the ability to sing.
Could there be another force influencing the family's shift in philosophy, Miss Robin? Considering what happened with Acheron, it's difficult to conceive of another entity within the realm of the harmony capable of influencing everyone. Unless a power surpassing that of an emanator is involved.
I'd heard about what happened to the Cienjo Alliance, but as far as I'm aware, the family hasn't faced any such external interventions. Who knows? Perhaps I've just been away too long and missed something. Regardless, I cannot accept my home is moving towards the very opposite of what the harmony represents, while still claiming to uphold it. I must uncover the reason why Mikhail cut ties with the family, and who exactly it was who betrayed us all. Do you remember our arrangement, Mr. Micah? Well, here's my answer. I've decided to forgo my role, and never step foot on the Charmony Festival stage again.
Look here, brother. A little bird.
Looks like a fledgling Charmony dove. But Charmony doves don't live here. So how did this little bird get here? Maybe its parents abandoned it?
It looks weak and frail.
O que espera da 3.0?
Find something soft and make a nest for it.
This place is too dangerous for a fledgling. Let's take it with us. We can put it on the wooden shelf in front of your window.
Okay. A bird like that must have a beautiful singing voice. But where will it live?
I'll ask the family head to build a cage for it.
Eu tinha visto lá que vai ter skin agora.
Then it won't have the
Personagem.
freedom to fly.
A Márcia vai ser a primeira a receber skin.
Let's see. What is it that has captured the attention of the two best interpreters of the Great One? To the point that they've forgotten how to enjoy their dessert. Oh, poor little thing. Doesn't look like it's doing well. Do you want to rescue it?
I do. But I don't want to lock it up in a cage.
Why?
Even if it's small and not fully feathered and can't sing, it didn't come into this world just
A
to be
Royalverse tá
locked
começando
up in
muita
a
coisa
cage.
em pouco tempo.
Birds belong to the sky.
É muito personagem por poucas joias.
That's quite
Poucas joias, né?
a romantic idea. And what about you, a young scholar? Do you agree with your sister?
I think she's right. But if we leave it out in the wild, it won't survive for more than a few days at best.
Ah, I see. It seems our little scholar is still a bit unsure. Well, let me tell you youngsters a story. As you probably know, Charmony doves can fly through the air. When they fly really high, the friction caused by the flapping of their feathers against the atmosphere creates amazing lights, so that they look like shooting stars. We've seen this spectacle so many times that we think it's just something they can naturally do. But that's not the truth.
Provavelmente o pessoal vai conseguir no máximo uns 2, 3 personagens.
Of countless struggles against nature over generations. Their ancestors were too weak to survive on the ground. So, to escape predators, they started seeking new opportunities in the air. After countless
E eu vou
attempts
começar
by
com a
many
Arta.
generations, one
A Arta é uma personagem que tô querendo pra caramba.
figured out how to fly. It soared into the sky and never looked
Aí tem a outra personagem que é de imaginário, mas eu não lembro o nome dela agora.
You mean birds aren't born
Ela
to
com certeza sei que eu não vou conseguir pegar.
but they find a way to do it through their determination, right?
Well, that's an idealistic way of putting it. So, what are your thoughts, Sunday?
I think people believe birds are meant to fly because they've never seen those birds crashing to their death.
That's an interesting perspective. So, have you decided what to do with the bird now?
For now, I'll keep it in a cage until it can take care of itself because I want it to live, no matter what.
Well said, kids. It seems each of you has found your own answer. Your insights are truly remarkable. And I hope they come true in their own way.
We will take good care of it. Won't we, brother?
Yeah, but Mr. Gopherwood, there's one thing I don't quite understand.
And what might that be, my son?
What if this little Charmony dove never learns to fly in the end?
Eles vão trazer a Jade de volta
I
também.
mean, if there are fledglings in this world that can never fly throughout their lives, should we let them go back to the sky, only to see them crash to the ground and die?
Talking in your sleep, Birdie? Time to wake up. You look a
Eu queria que eles
little
trouxessem o
unsteady.
Luot de volta.
Need a hand?
I'm still alive.
Luot é um... Eu acho que é o melhor
Happy
healer que
about
tem
that.
no jogo.
Where is Robin? Tell me now.
Toda vez que ele apareceu, eu não consegui pegar.
I knew that was going to be the first thing you'd ask. Don't worry, your sister is here, safe and sound. She's probably walking around the streets now. If I were you, I'd be more worried about myself. After all, right in front of you is the guy who just stabbed you in the chest with a dagger.
If you wanted to kill me, you wouldn't give me the chance to speak. Just tell me your demands, lackey of the watchmaker.
So, you figured out who I am, huh? No wonder you had the guts to go against the Dream Master and the Four Families. Looks like I made the right choice.
Choice?
A Peixão eu posso tentar pegar o idolão dela, mas eu vou atrás da Erta.
So let's drop the charades.
Erta e Robin.
I'm suggesting we cooperate.
Cooperate? What makes you think I'd cooperate with you?
The fact that the famous Robin has chosen my side. Plus, some clues about a traitor and a bright future for
Porque a
Pentecost.
Erta é a minha primeira opção.
Any of that catch your interest?
I find it hard to believe a man who's full of deception.
Fine. You don't have to trust me. What you should trust is the sense of justice inside of you.
Show me Robin first.
All right, as you wish. Here she is.
Huh?
What's your trick this time?
Just kidding. I mean, this lady will lead us to Robin, right?
And the crew, too. There are too many people who you owe an explanation.
That'd be great. Please follow me, Honorable Oak family head. Now, all the actors are on the stage.
This is the monument I mentioned earlier. The names inscribed on it should be familiar to all of you.
Rosalina and Tiernan.
When Penacony was known as a frontier prison, it was the Trailblazers who connected it with the stars. They were the heroes who saved Astana, and their names deserve to be immortalized. Not just on this small stone tablet, but in the annals of history for all time. However, today, the planet of festivities is nothing but sweet dreams. That heavy piece of history is all a distant
Talvez depois do segundo banner, eu acho.
just like that prison.
If their names are inscribed here, then that means...
According to Micah, they died long ago.
Rosalina was killed during the War of Independence. She ventured alone into the heart of the star system to investigate the flow of Memoria, but she never returned. Tiernan was a skilled gunslinger, strong and reliable. He led the people through countless battles, but he didn't live long enough to witness the arrival of true peace. In the decade following the war, Penacony faced challenges internal and external. To protect Astana, Tiernan picked up the way of the Trailblaze again, and led the Letmoth family to explore beyond the system, only to be surrounded and wiped out by the swarm.
Though I had expected as much, the tales of these heroes truly are sorrowful.
True to the title of Trailblazer, they spent their lives venturing into the unknown. But what about this tablet? There are no names carved on it.
When Dreamflux Reef was created, its owner was still alive. However, he insisted on erecting a monument for himself, saying that it will happen someday. Here we meet again. Everyone from the Astral Express.
Robin.
I promised to give the siblings some privacy, so let's talk about our business first. What do you say?
That sounds sensible enough. Since you went through the trouble of
fazendo tudo
gathering the
cuidado.
family heads, the crew, and the Stellaron hunters, I'm guessing you have something important to say, Mr. Gallagher?
Oh, is it that obvious?
The look on your face is practically screaming, I'm the one behind all this.
You're right, Mr. Yang. It is indeed time to come clean on everything. The siblings already know what they need to, and they've made their choice. But you, Nameless,
Se eu não me engano,
arrived
acho que o
a bit
Sunday
late.
é o mais
So
velho.
it's only fair that I answer your questions. Before we begin, let me reintroduce myself. I'm the
Fala aí,
founder of Dreamflux
dos personagens que você vai querer
the
pegar.
deputy of the Watchmaker, and the one who sent out that invitation. As Gallagher, the history fictionologist, I humbly extend my greetings to you all.
History fictionologist? So
Ele se
what,
rushou
everything you told
a
us
história.
was made up?
Well, don't worry. Almost everything I shared was true. Well, except for the part about the family accepting me back.
I double-checked with Micah, and everything he said about the family, the Watchmaker, and Mikhail is true.
Thank you for your understanding. Now let's get down to business. I'm sure you're all wondering why I went through the
Aguilera não
trouble
chamou
of setting up this
atenção, não.
battle for the legacy.
Eu vou atrás da
Combining
Herta
different factions,
e da
stirring
Robin.
up a ruckus all over Penacony. Well, it all boils down to something very familiar to all of you. The Stellaron.
The Stellaron? But how is that possible? Penacony is a free-flowing interstellar hub. There are no signs of contamination whatsoever.
You're totally correct. So, care to take a guess at what that means? I wish that were the truth. But if that were the case, I wouldn't have invited all of you. The sweet dream doesn't come out of thin air. If you think of the memory zone as the sea, creating the land of the dreams is like filling that wild ocean with earth to make an island. To achieve this feat, without the help of an emanator of remembrance or enigmata, the only way is to use a Stellaron. And that's not something you can achieve with a simple wish. It requires vast quantities of knowledge, time, and manpower.
Eu pulei o banner da
Hinting at. In
da
Asdana,
Roguei e
the
do
planet of
Sunday.
festivities itself
Tentando na
is a
harta.
Stellaron disaster.
Provavelmente daqui eu acho que uns
The planet
umas
of
duas, três
festivities
banners
itself
aqui.
is a
Os
Stellaron
personagens voltam, não.
disaster?
It all started a long time ago, back when the Watchmaker and his crew liberated the frontier prison. They faced countless challenges as they began building Penacony from the ground up. That's when the idea of using the Stellaron came into play. The Stellaron first entered the Asdana system during the war. The Nameless warned everyone against the folly of attempting to tamper with such a power, and most heeded their words. But there are always people in the shadows with ulterior motives. The turning point came after Tiernan's death. With two of the Nameless gone, the Watchmaker had to go to the front lines. It was at that moment his rivals saw an opportunity. By the time a representative from the Montour System's family arrived at the Watchmaker's call, the Stellaron had already been activated and was seeping into the primordial synesthesia dreamscape.
And I suppose the family happened to possess the knowledge to seal the Stellaron?
Not just that. They knew far more about the Stellaron than the average person. They helped Mikhail swiftly quell the civil unrest and played a part in building Penacony under the disguise of the Harmony. Those three eras were known as the Age of Dreaming. The
Eu preciso muito do lote. Eles não voltam logo?
Sent out invitations across the universe, spreading the hype around the land of the dreams.
Acho que o lote é um dos personagens que eu mais preciso.
Then, how did they turn against each other?
Enquanto não tenho ele, eu tô usando a
Remember
Bailu
the
como healer.
island in the ocean metaphor? The truth is, the Stellaron was never truly sealed. It existed in a different form within the dreamscape. Think about this. What would it cost to create and maintain such a lavish dreamland? It's people's lives. The opulent dream is built upon the decay of spirits, with a toxic elixir called pleasure flowing through the dreamscape. It tempts people to indulge in the dreamscape, and gradually their minds succumb, becoming nourishment for the sweet dream. Confusion, laziness, and cowardice, weaknesses that plague humanity, were magnified and nourished by the family.
Não inventa não, que a minha Bailu tá quase no
even
nem
more
4 já.
impenetrable than the previous one. Sadly, we realized this far too
Eu não
late.
lembro qual ídolo tá.
By then, the family had a firm grip on Penacony, swiftly quelling any opposition that arose. At my wit's end, I had to use the power of the Enigmata, and sought refuge in this chaotic memory zone. Over the years, I fabricated a meme within this dream for our use. Dormancy. That's its real name. We exploited a loophole. You see, regular people can't fall asleep again while they are inside the dreamscape.
So this is the true meaning of the impossible. You sent out invitations in the Watchmaker's name to find forces capable of resolving the Stellaron disaster and draw them into Penacony to uncover the truth.
It's not just that. Above
quero ver se eu
all,
tenho
I
sorte em
wanted to see
50-50
what
primeiro.
happens when the major factions engage in a struggle.
Senão aí eu vou pro...
Since this is the
garantido.
Watchmaker's first announcement in decades, the traitor within the family.
Realmente meu 50-50 é uma porcaria.
So, the legacy is just a facade.
If you want to consider
O
the
último
Stellaron as
50-50
the
veio o Bailu.
legacy, I'm totally fine with that.
If that's the case, where is the Stellaron now?
That's a question for Mr. Wings. The Stellaron is still under the family's control, and as the head of the Oak family, I'm sure he holds all the answers.
Eu até vi. Ídolo no carro tá. Tá E2 ainda.
Are you done talking? So, will you tell us where the Stellaron is?
It is the Penacony
Você
Grand
tem muita
Theater
sorte, isso sim.
itself.
As I suspected, it's the embodiment of the family. The edifice that first materialized within the sweet dream. That's what turned Penacony into its current state.
As for the person who employed its power, it is in fact Mr. Gopherwood, the current Dream Master.
Well, that was easier than I thought. Did you conduct your own investigation already?
Correct. When I was trying to track down the person who murdered my sister, apart from you, Gopherwood was my second suspect.
Confronting me first turned out to be a smart move on your
Ah, sair do banner, sim, você
I didn't
é
have
a
other
próxima. Né?
options. The Dream Master has been elusive, and even the heads of the families can hardly get an audience with him. Moreover, Mr. Gopherwood has been kind to my sister and me. And I didn't want it all to end like this.
What do you mean by that?
To be honest, my brother and I are also victims of the cancer of
Eu
all
acho que os meus 5 estrelas
We grew up
garantidas
as
que eu peguei foi...
and were adopted by the family when they came to help. Mr. Gopherwood recognized our potential
Acho
and
que é
brought us
fechar o
to
som.
Penacony. But I can't just stand by and watch Mr. Gopherwood become an enemy of the harmony.
Os outros eu peguei no 50-50,
I'll use my voice to support a noble cause.
50,
I
disparo.
won't step on that stage and sing, no matter who the traitor is, or what orders they give me. I won't let the Charmony Festival become an event that destroys harmony itself, or the paradise in our dreams.
Indeed. For the paradise in our dreams.
Melhor coisa que você faz, começar lá no
As the
calor
head
desse.
of the Oak family, I'm responsible for ensuring Penacony's promising future. Robin and I will head into the sweet dream and confront the Dream Master. And if it turns out that the family has truly strayed from the harmony, I'll fight alongside you. We'll put the Charmony Festival on hold and make sure Mr. Gopherwood pays for his blood debt.
The enemies you are about to face aren't like this old dog here, who can barely even bark. Since our interests are aligned, why don't we team up? Maybe, just maybe, we'll have a shot at success.
A última 5 estrelas que eu
We've
peguei
always
foi a
been
Rimco.
following in the footsteps of our nameless
Eu peguei
predecessors.
no banner
There's
fixo.
no reason to stop now.
Yeah, we Nameless won't back down from a challenge. Isn't that right, Mr. Trailblazer? Exactly! It's time for the crew to save the world once more.
Rest assured, sitting on the sidelines isn't in our nature. Mr. Sunday, Miss Robin, I'm willing to accompany you on behalf of the Astral Express. Having a third party present should help with negotiations. And could make all the difference if things get ugly.
Thank you, Mr. Yang.
Atualmente eu acho que o melhor DPS que tá tendo é o da Hannah ainda.
The Charmony Festival is about to start.
O Dan e a
And time
Akron.
is against us. We must hasten.
Everyone, let's gather over here. We still need to make some preparations.
A Ding
I
do
may
pessoal
have been
falou
quick to
que
step up to
parece que
the
ela tá voltando a ser
plate,
boa,
but
não?
confronting the Dream Master could be a very dangerous affair.
Huh? Even you're saying that, Mr. Yang? How powerful is that Dream Master?
He's the leader of the families of Penacony, and he has the entire power of the harmony behind him. Not to mention the Stellaron in his possession. We must proceed with great caution.
Maybe you can just stay behind this time, Mr. Yang?
No, that won't do. Even if we count Robin as an ally, something felt off about Mr. Sunday just now. Although, I can't quite put my finger on it. I have to make sure he won't turn against us when things start to
Ela é
get
boa
dicey.
que quando você dá um efeito com outro personagem
You're
no
still
inimigo,
carrying the
ela vai lá e
keepsake the
ativa.
IPC envoy gave you, right? May I borrow it for a moment? I knew it. As I suspected, this chip Aventurine gave to you is actually a miniature transmitter. If I'm right, he intends to use it to track your location or contact you when needed. As it so happens, this may actually be of some use in the current situation.
Tem que fazer minhas builds nos meus personagens.
Aventurine? Is he still alive? And what does he have to do with our mission to confront the Dream Master?
Remember what I said earlier? Working with the IPC is a way to keep the family in check.
Tem umas builds melhor agora.
Negotiations go south and the family show their true colors by going after the Stellaron. I'll use this transmitter to send a message to the IPC. It'll be just the opportunity the IPC ambassador was hoping for. The only question mark in all of this is Aventurine's current status. But the IPC is always listening, especially senior strategic investment department heads like him. Getting the message across shouldn't be a problem.
Good luck to you, Welt.
Well, you take care too. If anything goes wrong, don't worry about me. Just make sure to seal the Stellaron.
Spoken like a true hero. Even if the Dream Master is innocent, the family's corruption runs deep. I won't make the same mistake Mikhail did. Let's wish him the best of luck.
Don't you have something else to tell us, Gallagher?
Why would you say so?
Before we departed, the conductor asked us to inquire about the three nameless in Penacony. We've already collected intel about Rosalina and Tiernan, so the only one left is legwork. If I'm not mistaken, we've already met him somewhere, haven't we?
It's not enough to
Pelo
say
amor de Deus,
me,
vai começar esses bots de novo.
but the answer is pretty obvious. After all, I've hinted at it in quite an evident way. I've been watching over you ever since I received the reply from the Astral Express.
Até hoje a
And I've
Twitch não,
seen the great
não
effort
deu
you
jeito
all
esses
put
bots.
into linking different realms together across the cosmos. And now, after getting this far all in one piece, you have truly proven yourselves. Miss Himiko, were you the one who repaired the Express and got it sailing through the cosmos again?
Yes.
And you two, young Nameless, you have very interesting life stories and extraordinary skills.
Tem que mexer no negócio da moderação, velho. Aí é fogo.
much about my life story, but I do have extraordinary skills.
You're full of energy. Please send my regards to the conductor, Pom Pom. Please let them know that their friend has fond memories of his time aboard the Express, which he reminisces on every time he has a good drink. As for the last nameless, he embarked, disembarked, and embarked again, traveling in a great circle, ending up back where he started. On his deathbed, he told me to find the Astral Express and deliver an invitation to the future nameless. He left behind a special gift, a true legacy. Something that belongs only to the successors of the Trailblaze. Come with me. Now is the time to reveal it.
Quero ver se eu dou uma mudada na vida de Liu. Eu não sei se tem alguma vida melhor pra ela. Eu vou dar uma olhada depois. Quando ela voltar pros banners, eu vou tentar pegar o cone de luz dela também. Aqui onde que eu peço que for faltando é a blusa. Tem muito personagem que eu nem mexi neles.
Back here again.
Sometimes I feel like you're still alive, old friend. Like you've still got so much to say and do. I've kept my promise, brought the future trailblazers you've waited so long for. I don't know why you were so obsessed with that train, but I remember your last words. Don't let us down, old man.
What's happening?
Deixa eu passar esse negócio que eu já mostro. Adicionar.
Go ahead. His resting place lies in the garden up ahead. The first and last nameless of Penacony. Mikhail Char Legward, the watchmaker.
Got my ID. pra gente ter concluído a história faz muito tempo, mas deu uma preguiça. E não, né? Que... Aí foi difícil. Só se for pagar minha conta. E aí? Tem duas personagens que eu queria muito pegar. Eu não consegui. As duas personagens que você deixa ali, vai precisar. Só que agora, como eu tenho a Rifle, eu tenho um DPS de fogo, que eu não tinha nenhum.
Ooh, nice. But surely there's something better out there.
Eu tenho muito personagem.
Sure enough, the watchmaker is the third nameless. Even I could guess that one.
The legacy he left behind was a dream bubble. I believe inside that bubble, there's something that holds meaning only for the nameless. After all, when I checked its contents, I found nothing inside. Maybe some trailblaze runes? Even more enigmatic than me.
Well, let's have a look.
Wait, what's going on? Seriously? There's nothing inside this dream bubble? How could a dream bubble be empty?
Just as I suspected. That old man always had this strange belief in the nameless and the trailblaze. And I never understood where he got that confidence from. Especially since he never managed to get in touch with the Express while he was alive. I could never figure out what was going on in that old man's head. But this empty dream bubble is so typical of him. He was always full of weird fantasies and incomprehensible romanticism. That Mischievous old man. Well, I didn't expect him to leave anything concrete behind anyway.
Don't think that's the case, Gallagher. I'm sure Mikhail has left us the most precious thing of all.
Don't start getting all philosophical on me, all right?
Just as
Capaz
Mikhail
do Fox ser
believes
parecido
in the
daqui a pouco.
nameless of the future, we unconditionally believe in the nameless of the past. How could they leave with regrets for the future when they were ready to dedicate their lives to the land they loved? There must be something contained in this dream bubble. It's just we haven't figured it out yet. You also have faith in the Watchmaker, don't you, Gallagher?
Well, I'm a follower of the Enigmata. My philosophy forbids me to have faith in anything. That's why I understand what faith means in the path of Trailblaze. And I also want to know what he left behind. I'll leave it to you guys then.
Can I borrow your pet? I need to make a trip back to Golden Hour and check something at the Dreamscape sales store.
Bárbara quem tem preguiça de fazer.
It's for Mikhail, and for the future of Penacony.
Welcome to the Reverie Hotel. How may I help you?
Greetings. We're the Nameless from the Astral Express, and we'd like to check in.
The Astral Express? But I thought...
Yes, my companion's already checked in. My name is Dan Hung, and I believe my personal information is recorded in your system.
I see, but your companion said you wouldn't be coming due to a change of plans.
Now the plans have changed again.
And you are...
Me? I'm Pom Pom, a new Nameless who's also with the Astral Express.
He's my fellow trailblazer. We responded to the family's invitation before he
Esse que é DPS,
boarded
eu
the
queria muito
express.
pegar ele.
So he wasn't registered in your system. Is it possible to accommodate him as well?
Oh, I see. Another one of the Nameless had a similar situation. Seems like a lot of
Ele
people
vai
are
voltar
joining
no,
the Trailblazers.
acho que no segundo banner. E
Since
vai
there's a
lançar.
precedent, it shouldn't be a problem.
Eu vou tentar correr
Just
atrás
give
dele
me a
também.
second to contact your companions.
Eu não tenho DPS de físico.
I'm sorry, dear guests, but it seems I'm unable to reach the other members of the Astral Express.
What do you mean by unable to reach them?
My apologies. This is the first
verdade
time
tem,
I've
né?
encountered
Tem
a situation
a
like this. However, the system indicates
Clara.
that those guests are still in the dreamscape.
Tem mais.
How about this? Give me their room number, and we'll go check on them ourselves.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Ah, e o Link
I
também
need to
eu tenho.
verify both of your identities
Só que elas são
before
mais
I
pra
can share
tanque do
any
que
guest information.
DPS.
How about you just wake up someone? Let's say, Welt?
I'm sorry, but there are strict rules regarding forced awakening. It cannot be done without
Porque
the
não pode?
proper clearance.
So nothing works, huh? What's your solution then? Are you saying we sleep here? At the reception?
Please be patient. We need to contact your companions in order to confirm your identities.
And now it seems you need to confirm our identities before you can contact our companions.
It seems so.
Oh, fudge. Look, nothing personal, but if you can't handle this, go find someone else who can, okay?
Please calm down, dear guests. I do recall that Mr. Sunday, the Oak family head, personally handled this issue earlier. Oh, please wait a moment while I contact him.
I don't think she's trying to give us a hard time. She really just doesn't know what to do.
I have a bad feeling about this. You tried to contact them on the Express earlier, but they didn't respond.
Something doesn't seem right. I need to leave for a moment. You can stay here with the receptionist.
Sure thing. Just don't keep me waiting forever. Don Hung seems pretty worried about his companions. I should give him some space. Stressing out about it won't help anything.
É estiloso pra caramba.
Greetings. I'm Cody of the Bloodhound family, head of security for the hotel. How may I assist you?
Hello. So, there's something I wanted to ask about. I've been hearing some unsettling rumors about certain
O Dan é bom
incidents that
personagem.
affected Charmony Festival. Do you think there's anything to be worried about?
Principalmente quando ele tá no... a outra forma dele.
IE Federation, and I don't want my trip to be ruined.
What do you mean?
Wait. You
Eu acho
haven't
que eu tô
heard?
falando isso porque eu gosto do caramba dele.
I'm not sure where you heard those rumors, but they're completely baseless. I can assure you, as a representative of the Bloodhound family, that
Personagem
everything is going
masculino assim, ele é o
smoothly
meu
for the Charmony
favorito.
Festival. At present, all of the families are focused on making sure the festival starts on time. Even the Dream Master himself has arrived. So don't worry, your trip won't be in vain.
Ah, that's a relief to hear. She doesn't appear to be acting. So, it seems that even the hotel staff are out of the loop.
The Charmony Festival is about to start! I'm so excited!
Hey! You guys here for the Charmony Festival too?
Well, I didn't come all the way here specially for the festival. Honestly, I don't really even know what it's about. But I heard it's a lot of fun!
Well, back in my homeworld, Anaria, we have festivals like that all the time. My dad threw me a birthday party one time that was just as extravagant as the Charmony Festival.
Tudo bem que a história dele é meio bagunçada.
The Charmony Festival is a once-in-an-amber era event. How can a birthday party compare?
Well, you never know, right? Maybe on her world, birthdays only happen once in Amber Era. Anyway, let's forget about that.
Não, a história dele é legal,
You
mas é
heard about
muito
the,
bagunçada.
Unsettling things happening in the dreamscape.
Unsettling things? What could possibly go wrong? It better not ruin the Charmony Festival! I've been looking forward to it!
Relax. With a big event like this, there's bound to be lots of gossip and rumors. Don't worry. If anything does happen, the family will be on top of it.
Oh, that's a relief. I didn't come all this way to see the festival go down the drain.
Porque no caso, o Dan, ele é uma reencarnação
Looks like
de
I won't get any
outro
fudging clues out of these two.
personagem.
They're clueless. Back already?
Hasn't she returned yet?
Nope. I'm starting to wonder. Sending her to contact Sunday was a good idea. Neither the staff nor the guests seem to know anything about what's happening in the dreamscape, and wherever we go, all we see is people enjoying themselves. Definitely not a good sign.
I agree. Another unusual thing is that the Oak family is supposed to be in charge of organizing the council and managing everything inside and outside the dreamscape. However, I walked around the hotel but didn't meet a single member of the Oak family on such an important day.
Well, I'll be forked. If I remember correctly, the head of the Oak family is that Sunday guy, right?
We shouldn't linger here too long. Let's go back to the Express for now.
Not so fast. Have you ever robbed VIPC, bro? If you run away now, everyone will be chasing after you.
Are you suggesting we sit here and do nothing?
I wouldn't say do nothing. But let's stay put for now. Even if the family has ulterior motives, they couldn't have anticipated us showing up here. We're the surprise factor for them. They don't want to attract unwanted attention from certain outsiders, so they won't do anything reckless. See, the IPC lackeys are keeping a close eye on this hotel.
If I were a family member, I'd find an official excuse and keep the surprise factors here. If we just wait here, that would be like walking into their trap.
Of course, we don't need to walk into their trap. I gave a backup plan to the memo keeper. If it turns out we won't be allowed to enter the dreamscape, she'll order a drink for me in the VIP lounge at the hotel. In reality,
a secret signal.
That's right.
Oh, a concrete object can indeed help the memo keeper establish a connection with you. But Boot Hill, if you have more backup plans in the future, I hope you'll let me know in advance.
I'm sorry, but it's one of my quirks. I have too many unreliable friends. And if I reveal that I have backup plans, things can go awry. And that would leave all backup plans completely useless.
How do we get into the VIP lounge?
This is where my street smarts come into play. You're the lobby manager, right?
Yes, I am. How may I assist you?
Achei que tá chato, vou deixar mais
We're
baixo.
the Nameless from the Astral Express. We wanted to check in, but there's something wrong with your system. The lady at the front desk said she would contact the manager, but now she's nowhere to be found. Now, we've been waiting here forever, without any food or water. What the fork, man? Is this how the family treats its guests?
Is this your idea of street smarts?
Acho que é melhor.
Starting an altercation?
It's called standing up for your rights.
I apologize for the inconvenience. Please wait while we try to contact Mr. Sunday. I'll arrange 2 premium seats in the VIP lounge so you can rest there while you wait.
See? Just like that.
Just don't call yourself Nameless next time.
Wow, this bar's something else. Certainly worthy of the planet of festivities.
Quantos de ódio que eu tenho? 440.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, I have an order for a bottle of Asdana's White Oak. Can you help us find it?
Asdana's White Oak. I think there might be a misunderstanding. We don't serve that here.
Oh, no way. Are you sure you're not mistaken?
If someone had reserved such a beverage, I would definitely remember it. It sells for hundreds of thousands of credits per bottle, after all. I couldn't afford to cover for such an item if it were broken or lost.
That's strange. Well, could it be that the memo keeper couldn't afford it?
Faz tempo que eu não farmo nada.
rush. Let's grab some drinks first. Maybe I arrived too early and he hasn't come yet. Now, let's see what kind of juice malts you all have here. Well, give me a glass of Hinam Valley, 40 years. I'll have it neat. No ice.
Wow, that's the most expensive one on the list. You have a taste for the finer things.
It's on the house, anyway.
What can I get for you?
Anything you recommend is fine.
Then I would recommend today's special, Glass Village. It's classic Soul Glad mixed with Laboom juice. It's refreshing and suits your cool demeanor. Just 1 minute.
This flavor. Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Ooh, really hits the spot. Truly the finest sherry cask-aged malt juice in the cosmos.
Yeah.
Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Is that really something that humans enjoy?
Hey, this guy doesn't know anything at all.
As long as you're satisfied, dear guests, please enjoy.
Let's give the memo keeper another half-system hour. If she doesn't show up, we'll need to come up with a new plan. In the meantime, let's take stock of the situation.
Me deixa com essa minha de cabelo.
The situation is unclear. Something must have happened.
Dele aqui você não fala, né? O cabelo inteiro
The
branco.
public is unaware of it. Someone in a position of power within the family must be covering it up. It's unusual for the followers of the Harmony to invite other factions, let alone the IPC and the Masked Fools. If what you said about the Emanator of the Nihility is true, the situation in
Eu tava até
Penacony
agora com o cabelo branco, eu acho que você não percebeu, né?
to say the least.
Actually, there's something else I'm concerned about. Regarding Acheron. As you know, the faction that follows the path of the hunt are some of the most dangerous folks in the cosmos to mess with. I mean, who in their right mind would impersonate the Xianzhou Alliance or the Galaxy Rangers? It's like asking for a death wish. Isn't there a saying among the Xianzhou people that the Rainbow Set lets their Lux arrow do all the beating?
Talking. Do all the talking.
Well, you know what I mean. Even though the Galaxy Rangers have been out of sight for years, we've been keeping an eye on this region. Even the dumbest criminals know better than to mess with the Annihilation Gang, much less the Rangers. But that Acheron lady, she doesn't seem like a lunatic at all. On the contrary, she's highly logical and organized. She knows exactly when to hold back and when to strike without mercy.
And you believe that someone like her would have an ulterior motive for impersonating a Galaxy Ranger?
I'm not entirely sure, but I do have my suspicions. Maybe she knows a Galaxy Ranger, or perhaps she's trying to lure us out for some reason, which I can't figure out.
Anyway, what worries me more are the anomalies within the family. They summon followers from various paths for the festival. No matter how generous the family might be, this move seems highly unusual. Unless the invitations weren't sent by them. If that's the case, it's even more intriguing that the family insists on organizing the Charmony Festival, despite the chaos.
Maybe it's Shipei the Harmony pulling the strings. You find it beyond human understanding because it wasn't arranged by humans at all. People do stupid things out of irrational impulses.
Tem muitas pessoas que têm esse
They
dentinho
abandon
assim.
their principles when self-interest is involved. They believe in things they know they shouldn't and
Agora, já não mais tem.
break their own rules. But
Futoshi também tem, se eu não me engane.
They stick to their determined path and never turn back, even if they reach a dead end.
O Shinra do Fire Force também tem esses dentinhos sim.
It may not necessarily be Shipei.
Eu não sou muito fã, não.
Definitely some higher entity involved. I know it may sound pessimistic.
Eu gosto mais do meu.
Human free will were reliable. Why would we even need Galaxy Rangers? It's much simpler when you boil it down to the eons and paths. Like how Lon always follows the path of the hunt, or how the Express stays true to the Trailblaze despite Akavilli's disappearance.
But in my opinion, Akavilli's fall holds significance for the Nameless.
Pelo menos o dente de tubarão é mais normal que uma mira dentro do olho, né? É isso.
Exactly. I believe the purpose of the journey isn't just about following a path that's always considered absolutely right. It's more about doing your best to choose the right path for yourself among countless possibilities. Even
I don't know what you've been through, but I agree that people
Ele é
must
estranho
take
pra caramba com uma
responsibility
mira
for
meio
their
do olho.
choices, because no one else can do it for them. That's why the Galaxy Rangers need to uncover the imposter and figure out her true intentions. Just in case. I have a backup plan if the Memo Keeper doesn't show up.
É, por quê?
This is my final backup plan. I promise.
you sure have a lot of cards up your sleeve.
Well,
Nah.
going back to my old career would make things a lot easier. By the way, when you were walking around the hotel, did you happen to see any important-looking guests?
What's your plan?
It's simple. We just grab some hostages and use them as bargaining chips with the family. Or maybe we can even take their identities.
No need for that. We'll return to the Express now.
Wait. Are you getting scared? Draw your weapon. Let's make a big scene.
Are you leaving, esteemed guests? Would you like to cancel that Asdonis White Oak you just ordered?
Huh? Asdonis White Oak? But didn't you just say...
Ha ha. Looks like you are a bit intoxicated, esteemed guests. You ordered a bottle of Asdonis White Oak just a moment ago.
Não, eu tenho isso aí também.
Looks like your memo
É bem normal.
friend has finally arrived.
Oh, right. Sorry, my memory's not the best. You know, too many modifications and all. Anyway, let me check. Well, fork me. It says Donna's White Oak, all right. And there's a note. I'll be waiting for you on the Astral Express.
No
Eu
mistake.
tenho, mas só
That's her
que
message to
é coisa
you.
torta. Ou coisa
She
fora do
knew
lugar.
the hotel wasn't safe, so she suggested we find another place.
Well, looks like we took a detour, but now it's back to the Astral Express. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
You're back? Two guests just boarded saying they were looking for Boot Hill, so I told them to wait in the parlor car.
Oh, just in time.
2 guests?
She's one of them. Look, we welcome all passengers on
Excuse
the
me.
Astral Express, but sneaking in like that? You have no regard for etiquette.
My apologies, conductor. It was an oversight on my part. I assumed you were already acquainted with the garden. Given the chaotic situation in Penacony, the Nameless are the only ones we can truly trust right now.
You are the memo keeper.
Pleased to meet you, Dan Hung. I've seen you in others' memories. And as for Boot Hill, This is our first face-to-face meeting. I hope you enjoyed that bottle of Astana's white oak. You sure have a refined taste.
Finally, Memo Keeper. Well, let's cut to the chase. Spill everything you know.
That's precisely what I intend to do. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Black Swan, and I serve the Garden of Recollection as a memo keeper. As for Acheron's story, I'm sure she knows it better than I do.
Greetings. Essa personagem é bonita, hein?
What? You Garden of Recollection shirtbag! You betrayed me!
I apologize, but she did that at my request. Due to certain reasons, I have been exiled by the family. Thankfully, this memo keeper came to my aid and helped me escape their surveillance unnoticed.
To be honest, it was more like stalking than helping. And the process was far from unnoticed. But we did escape.
I asked her to guide me to a place beyond the family's reach and to contact a few trustworthy individuals. Namely, all of you.
Trustworthy? Son of a nice lady. You think I'm dumb or something? How about this? I'll put a few bullet holes in your head and see what secrets spill out. Then, we can talk about trust.
It doesn't have to be like that. I'm willing to answer all your questions, but not right now. If my cover hadn't been blown, we might have had more time, but at the moment, we don't have any other options.
Quando ela saiu no banner, essa é uma personagem que eu tava mais tirando pegando.
This is the only way I can ensure everyone's safety.
Jing Liu, Acheron,
an immediate warp jump out of the Astana star system.
O Danhan, o Lunai também. Acho que os 4 personagens que tem que pegar. Junto pra fechar.
As far as I can tell, she's not a threat.
E todos os DPS.
Seems to be telling the truth.
I've briefly traveled with your companions and know their whereabouts, Danheng. Please rest assured, your nameless companions are safe, but they need our help. As for Boot Hill, you may have guessed. I've been waiting for you. Galaxy Rangers are known for their elusive nature and limited contact with each other, so this was the only way I could reach out to you. Only by doing this can I find a true Galaxy Ranger and fulfill a long-standing promise. To return his relics to their rightful owner. Someone once told me that every rainfall is like a gift from the heavens, a sign of their mercy upon the world.
Eu queria pegar uma
Raindrops are said to be the tears
pelúcia
of
de
the
pompom
gods,
pra mim.
shed in response to the sorrows of the world. Their constant pouring is a reminder that the gods haven't abandoned us yet. So, how long has this rain been going on for?
I used to believe, just like you, that it would eventually stop. Years and decades passed. And in the end, such hope
Pompom igual a...
faded away before the rain did.
Você não fala errado.
Looks like the god you
É
mentioned
igual a
doesn't
Paimon
exist after all.
do Genshin.
Well, let me share a story with you. Mortals who walk the paths are like sailors on a vast ocean, leaving behind a trail that creates countless ripples of possibilities. These ripples last longer than the fleeting lifetimes of humans. And for some, their presence leaves such a strong mark that it's reflected in the waves.
Like those shadows on the ocean.
Sin-thirsters, the obsessions of the Pathstriders, they emerge from the depths of IX, seeing themselves as masters of their own destiny, unknowingly repeating the actions of their past lives. They emerge from the nihility and head toward it, leading purposeless lives. However, these hollow phantoms, they were once my dear companions. A group of galaxy rangers.
Are you watching over them?
Watching over them? No. It was a brutal war. A crusade that shook the universe. The universe witnessed the fall of Zulo, the Lord Ravager, but it came at a price. A price so hefty that only those who were there still remember. The unwavering determination of the Hunt followers persists even in death. So someone must guide these lost souls to their life beyond. They were heroes in their time.
Ele como desativa esse negócio do Discord que tá enchendo o saco.
Mere puppets of nihility. As for me, I've suffered too many losses on that battlefield to advance any further. And that makes me the most fitting person to carry out this task.
But you know, these sin-thirsters, they're not who they used to be.
Does this seem pointless to you? Well, some tasks have to be done, even if they are pointless.
I can help you.
For what?
For the meaning of the nihility. That's what I've been seeking.
I see. After all, this realm is off limits to ordinary souls, right? Thank you, stranger.
Eu já mexi em tudo que tinha aqui no YouTube, não achei que isso.
Before we part ways, I have one more question. It is true that their actions and even their entire lives may seem pointless from our perspective. But if, and it's just an if this is what the departed ones expected, should we try to change it?
A good question. And a profound one. I don't know the answer. What I do know is that one day I too will pass away. I hope that when that day comes, someone will stand at my grave and place a bouquet of flowers.
When I appeared as a child, my speech, mindset, and soul reflected immaturity and innocence. As I grew into adulthood, I left behind my childlike side.
I humbly request your blessings, esteemed advocate of Fique.
Come to me, my kinship. I have sought their presence with us.
As you wish. I have faithfully served the Alfalfa family for nearly a decade, promoting the path of the harmony to the best of my ability. However, I made a mistake yesterday. While I was preparing dinner for the family head, I accidentally dropped a prepared dish on the floor. Out of laziness, I lied and claimed that everything was ready. Although the head has dismissed me as punishment, it has been tough to sleep with the guilt still gnawing at me, as I worried that the seeds of evilness may have taken root in my soul. So, I confess to you now, to seek atonement for my sins.
Do you sincerely repent and vow to change your ways?
Yes.
Have you examined your soul and confessed all your sins?
Oh. Yes.
Are you willing to accept the process of atonement?
Yes.
Very well. Show your dedication and goodwill to the family, and you shall be reinstated among them. Now, please, leave in peace.
Oh, praise Fique. And thank you, esteemed advocate.
Next, please step forward.
I wholeheartedly confess to you. Please, pardon my sins.
Rest assured, I have implored their presence to be with us. As long as you are sincere, absolution will be granted.
Oh, great. You know, I arrived in Penacony as a stowaway. I sold everything to get a ticket. My house, my land, and my 2 children.
I see. Please, go on.
My children were starving, and I hoped they'd have a chance at survival if they became slaves here. If I can strike it rich here, I'll lift them out of that situation and give them the life they deserve. But the Bloodhound family got wind of it. They're on my tail, hunting me down. I thought I could bring my kids here. It was all my fault. All my fault.
The family is ready to forgive all sinners. I'll ask the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. You don't need to live in fear anymore.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'll work my hardest to redeem my children and make them part of the family.
Next.
Hey, long...
I have sought this.
Sure, that's it.
Do you...
My sin? You think nobody knows before you start, well...
Oh, revered triple-faced. Who can judge, who can vouch for the... Who can... If the strong...
Mas que está chato aí.
Brother? Brother, are you all right?
I'm... fine. I've been working long hours, and I just made a trip to Dreamflux Reef and back. So, I'm a bit out of sorts. But it'll all be over before we know it.
You've been working non-stop on the Charmony Festival, Mr. Sunday, and no one could have predicted this incident. Even if the Stellaron does pose a grave threat, I still feel sorry for all the trouble we've caused you.
No need to worry about troubling anyone. The Charmony Festival was meant to spread joy and harmony across the cosmos. But now that we know the truth, I'm afraid we'll have to cancel it.
It has always been our wish to make everyone happy, so... we'll do our best to explain everything to the Dream Master. I'm sure he'll understand. Even if the negotiation does not go smoothly, I'll refuse to go on stage. Without the Chord Master, the Harmonious Choir would not arrive, and the Charmony Festival would be just a grand performance, and nothing more.
I'm relieved to see your determination. You know, since arriving in Penacony, we haven't had any contact with this Dream Master himself. I'd heard of the heads of the 5 major lineages, but the Dream Master is a mystery to me.
The Dream Master rarely grants an audience, even for us. But, given the urgency of the situation, he's agreed to meet us in person.
Perhaps you'll be the first guest to meet the Dream Master in years, Mr. Yang.
Let's hope we can reach a consensus that satisfies everyone.
Indeed. Let us hope so.
It's about time. We'll have to get ready for the meeting. I apologize for any inconvenience caused by the urgency.
Don't worry. I'll be waiting here.
It's Mr. Sunday! Hey, come over here!
Looks like someone needs help. Let's go check it out.
Não, já tinha mexido nisso aqui. Ele voltou. Tudo de novo. Vê se consegue. Vai ser depois. Máximo. É alguma coisa do YouTube que não tá deixando, porque o meu eu já mudei pra todos os tipos aqui. Eu vou mandar aí pra você.
Mr. Sunday. Hey there! Okay, see the moon in the sky? It's about the size of the cap on my Soul Glad bottle. If I just reached out my hand, I could grab the moon. Couldn't I?
The moon? You mean the Grand Theater?
Ele já tava marcado nesse.
Yeah. Look at me. I've been away from home for too long. I must be missing that moon. But it's no big deal. The Grand Theater here looks much better than the moon back home. It's just magnificent. They told me not to sell everything I had just to come to Penacony. How short-sighted.
Selling everything you had? Why would you go to such lengths?
Why? Can't you see? Life back home is miserable. It's not really living at all. It's better to be here in Penacony. No pain, no worries about tomorrow, That's what I call living. Yeah, now this is the life.
Is this truly living?
Huh? What did you say, young lady? I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, it's nothing, sir. You see, the traffic on Glock's Avenue can be dangerous. How about I ask a Bloodhound family member to escort you to Ideen Park over there, so you can continue enjoying your sweet dream?
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Wow, no wonder you were the leader of this sweet dream. You're totally a lifesaver. See you around, Mr. Sunday, and it was nice chatting with you.
What's up, sister?
This is the land of the dreams. But why do they live like this? The man we ran into, he doesn't seem happy at all. Even though sweet dreams are nice, they're just illusions. But for him, they're the only way to survive, even if it means giving up on reality. That's not really living at all.
I suppose you have a point. But, in my opinion, that's how most people live their lives.
Why do you say that?
You think that man is not actually living, but that's not quite accurate. Even without Penacony, people create their own illusions called self-value. People believe they have a predetermined value to fulfill. Gaining value means gaining power, and those deemed worthless are seen as the weak. However, value doesn't come out of thin air, and there's a limit to it. To accumulate value, people have to take from others. So, the weak get exploited and oppressed.
Are you suggesting that this is not how things should be?
Exactly. But, ironically, people don't think there's anything wrong with it, because they uphold the illusory notion of self-value, and even the weak believe in it. The survival of the fittest. That's where all the tragedies in the world come from. People come to the sweet dream in Penacony to escape from that reality and find solace. No tragedies exist here, only happiness, although in its nascent form. Isn't that the same paradise we yearn for in our dreams?
Perhaps that man is just an exception. Let's not jump to conclusions. We should experience the dreamscape ourselves, just as I did at Dreamflux Reef.
Yes, seeing is believing. I'll accompany you. The Dream Master hasn't shown up yet, so we have some time for a stroll.
Não, eu testei em outro celular que tem caso com outra conta e tá funcionando normal.
Glad to meet you again, Robin. How are the preparations for the Harmony Festival coming along? We're all so excited about it.
It's going smoothly. Thanks for making the trip to join the festival.
You're too kind, Robin. It's a pleasure to have guests from all over the universe celebrating day and night. I can't stand being lonely or bored, so this jubilant dreamscape is perfect for me.
But if this went on forever, would it get boring too?
Pode ser, eu acho que bug de conta, sim.
Not at all. Who would get tired of having so much fun? Every day, you get to wear fancy clothes, explore all sorts of dream bubbles, indulge in delicious food without gaining weight, and you never get old or sick. As long as you can afford a room, this place is the ultimate paradise.
But you know that only a few things can be brought back from the dreamscape to reality, right?
That's exactly why I don't plan on bringing anything back. Just enjoying the dream itself is good enough for me. I mean, I'm not one of those long-living species. I only have around 60 or 70 years in this lifetime, and there's so much to worry about.
Deve ser bug de conta, isso aí.
Here is pure bliss. Only in this sweet dream can I truly feel like I'm in control of my life and fate. Who would want to go back to reality after experiencing this bliss?
I see. I genuinely wish you all the happiness in the world.
And I wish you a fantastic performance, Robin! I'm off to the Blue Hour for the ball. See you later.
Seems like that guest's perspective didn't resonate with you either.
She had a valid point. I could sense her genuine happiness. It's just that...
É estranho isso aí.
What you're trying to say is, she thinks she's in control of her life. But in reality, she's just escaping from reality and seeking solace in this sweet dream. Once she steps out of this sanctuary, everything will be lost.
Well, she did make mention of being able to afford a room. Didn't she?
However, the paradise in our dreams, it doesn't have to end.
No. And the paradise we yearn for shouldn't be just a fleeting dream either.
É isso, né? Não.
The scenery in this dreamscape is truly breathtaking, isn't it?
Oh, Robin. Can't believe I'm meeting you in person here. You're...
A philosophical mind.
Oh, not at all. No. With little time left, I yearn for meaningful...
It's my pleasure. No need to be formal. Just speak your mind.
Yeah. I was parting then. All my comrades died.
How?
They have. And I'm truly grateful for that. They provided me with a comfortable room, the most advanced my physical body.
Eu acho que o Fox não vai aparecer hoje, pô.
Sustained by life support. My true appearance.
So...
Just my world has been torn apart.
That old man's story.
That's precisely why this sweet dream...
However...
There will be a way out. Penacony.
Look what we have here. A lovely young... Brother, what a surprise to see you again.
Show yourself. Your trick won't work on us.
I've heard that a skilled mass fool received an invitation too. That must be you, right? Did you enjoy yourself?
Barely. The people here are way too gullible. A little bait is all it takes for them to bite.
Aí é sacanagem.
And they run away at the slightest hint of danger. In other words, they're naive and cowardly.
Now that you've had your fill, it'd be wise to leave before it's too late. The music of the harmony doesn't tolerate discord.
What? Now that you have the real Robin, I'm useless? Oh, how disheartening. I've done so much for the family. You should be thanking me, because if it weren't for me cleaning up this mess, Penacony would still be in shambles. Don't you think?
That was a personal request from the head of the Iris family, and it has nothing to do with us. Step aside.
Mas como que eu vou te avisar? Tá sempre com o Discord aberto inteiro.
The Charmony Festival? You think you can scare me? You think I've no idea what you're planning? I don't care what you're thinking, Chicken Wing Boy. But I'm pretty sure our lovely Robin won't be appearing on stage. After all, you're well aware of what a sorry state this dreamscape is in under the banner of harmony. Penacony, the land of the dreams. Is this truly the paradise you desire?
Stop it.
What's the rush, Chicken Wing Boy? Did I get to you?
Our paradise is none of your concern, Masked Fool. Leave now, or the family won't tolerate you anymore.
All right. I'll go. But Robin, I suggest you seriously consider this. Do you really believe those living in dreams can escape pain and find true happiness? Well, I've done my part, and now I'm simply waiting for the fireworks to begin. Here, the last 2 gifts for both of you. And don't lose them. If by some unfortunate chance the Charmony Festival starts against all odds, remember to use them during the show.
Na verdade tem o meu bot no Discord lá. Ele já não fica direto.
I heard a raven calling in the distance.
Dando divulgações, ele aparece lá.
Will arrive soon. Let's wait here for the Dream Master to arrive.
Okay. By the way, brother, I heard you no longer have a sweet tooth.
É o que eu ia falar.
Back when we
Bonitinha e
were kids,
baixinha.
you used to steal my desserts. Seems like a lot has changed during my absence. What exactly happened?
Well, someone has to stay awake even in this sweet dream.
But that someone doesn't have to be you, or anyone in particular. You're carrying too much on your shoulders, brother. The paradise in our dreams. It shouldn't be like this. Penacony is nothing more than a dream. It can't erase the worries and pain of reality, or bring true happiness. It only offers an escape from reality. Nothing more.
Remember the old man we met earlier? Without this dream, he might have completely lost himself.
That might be true, but even without Penacony, he could have chosen another path. As far as I know, the Intelligentsia Guild has been promoting their rehabilitation techniques for a long time now. That path may have been more ordinary and challenging, but now he's in a comatose state, and the sweet dream has become sort of end-of-life care. His fate...
Já passou ela segurando a fome.
Is Penacony granting these people a future? is it taking it away from them?
Well, don't forget this. Not everyone really has a future. The future for humanity is like the sky for birds. People mistakenly believe that flight is inherent to birds because they've never witnessed those birds crashing to their death. Do you remember how we took in that little Charmony dove when we were young?
Yeah. We took care of it. Provided food and water, groomed its feathers. And later, when I decided to leave Penacony, I opened the cage and set it free.
Well, I didn't mention what happened to it in my letters because I didn't want to upset you. Shortly after you left, it crashed to its death right in front of your window.
I had surmised as much. I knew you wouldn't have avoided mentioning the bird for no reason. Despite that unfortunate outcome, I still believe it was the right decision. Birds aren't meant to spend their lives in cages. They belong in the sky, even if they can't fly.
But here's the thing. If there are birds in this world that can never fly, can we really assert that they belong in the sky?
Are you implying that the same goes for humans too?
Let's take the Astral Express as an example. The Nameless made tremendous efforts to bridge worlds, gaining fame across the universe. However, only a few extraordinary individuals can endure such a perilous journey. That's because the pursuit of the Trailblaze exceeds the capabilities of ordinary humans. Otherwise, why would this path be filled with broken rails, an abandoned express, and even a fallen eon?
That's just sophistry. If that were true, then only the powerful would have the right to determine the future.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Another name for the future is self-value. While this world has its fair share of heroes who inspire people and garner admiration for their heroic deeds, the majority of ordinary people will never become heroes in their lifetime. Some are born weak and vulnerable. Some find themselves trapped in unfortunate circumstances. Some fall victim to malice and cowardice. When it comes to survival, everyone is equal. And the weak can only watch as their value gets
Às vezes é
constantly
muito aplicativo
diminished by
puxando a
external
bateria.
forces.
O aplicativo em segundo plano puxa a bateria também.
And support them as if their suffering were our own. That's what the Odes of Harmony have always taught us.
While the Harmony holds noble aspirations, the strong will always be strong, and the weak will always be weak. Even in this carefree dream. Human nature contains greatness, but it also harbors inherent weaknesses that can't be eradicated. In the end, if people can't even secure their own survival, they won't care about the illusory future of equality. As long as the law of survival of the fittest prevails, there will always be fledglings crashing to their death.
But if people don't live for the future, do they merely exist for survival? Even you, my brother, don't believe that the Harmony will save the weak, then which eon can make our dreams come true?
People often forget that when the first bird took flight, the entire world envisioned a future where no more fledglings would ever crash to their death.
Are you reading, sister? What are you reading?
Mr. Gopherwood gave me a picture book. It's about the story of the harmonic strings. If I could become a chord master.
I see. Then...
Don't you have a wish of your own, brother?
Of course I do. It's just...
Then, let's build a stage there.
It's a deal that...
Yeah, it's a deal.
Maybe. You...
Pior que o Genshin ainda é de boa. O Honkai é de boa ainda. O Genshin não é pesado.
Yes. And now, it's up to us to forge ahead.
Since his last will has now been conveyed, but pardon me if I sound... Why else would he have chosen to... Do you have the numbers?
Got any more encouraging words?
As I see it, relying on Welt's negotiations alone is far from enough. Penacony is our rival's home. We're more familiar with the Stellaron's properties than most.
That's right. As long as we pose a threat to the Stellaron, either with words or otherwise, we have a chance at gaining the upper hand. But the problem is, on the eve of the Charmony Festival opening, how exactly are we going to get close to the theater? Family security will be airtight, and if we brute force it...
So, no one's gonna say anything? Then I'll raise my hand. I know the answer to this question. What's that supposed to mean? You'd better believe it. So, I heard that before the Charmony Festival begins, there'll be a pageant to kick off the festival. It's called the Soul Glad Tea. As long as we clinch the top spot.
So, how do we go about...
I've already procured special invite tickets from Miss Robin's to tell you the truth, I had been preparing to join the auditions all along. But now it looks like even if I scrape through, I probably still won't have the chance to shake Miss Robin's hand.
So they're still running this thing, huh? It was originally just a publicity stunt, set up by Mikhail to drum up attention. But it looks like...
We'll follow Marge's plan. Mr. Gallagher, will you be joining us?
I'm afraid I won't have the time. As a virtual character...
Should we ever cross paths again? I'd love for you to visit the Express.
All right.
And Miss Firefly, we thank...
We've already come this far.
This is also the spirit of the Trailblaze.
Ladies and... If you have ambition...
Oh, wow! They've really outdone themselves!
Behold! Here come 4 friends with spirits high and full of zeal. Are you aspiring to be the super... Yes, you! There's no...
Excuse me, you 4. What are you hoping to get out of all this?
As the last group of contestants, how confident are you?
Would you be open to a brief exclusive interview with us? It'll be quick.
Your journey is long and fraught with peril.
The sword is rose! Protect the beauty!
A knight's head is hard as steel.
People are pouring in.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make way. Coming towards us now is one of... Allow me to introduce myself.
Hello.
Don't you guys need to hide your identity?
Can't hide it.
É que daqui a pouco eu tô encerrando também. Tá dando quase 9 horas, né?
Hello, everyone. I'm March 7th. I'm an
Aí só segunda-feira.
who loves adventures.
Hello, everyone. I'm Firefly. I am also an ordinary girl who enjoys adventures.
So it's a bunch of nameless guests. This final face-off is bound to be spectacular. Grab a bottle of Soul Glad.
This place is buzzing.
That's right. This venue is a miniature representation of that time no... Nameless, your arrival reminds once, during a particularly grueling day, I passed out and was resuscitated. The dream-chasing era was truly a one. I wholeheartedly hope you make it to the finish and emerge as the... That's the trailblazing spirit.
Hello, everyone! Next up, get ready for the...
Trailblazing into the uncharted and challenge...
I hope that by the end of this...
What?
Safety first, everyone.
Waiting for you. And in the last stage, those are the rules.
Everyone, as the Charmony Festival, March and I haven't known Miss Fire for...
Fine by me.
All right. I don't have a problem with that.
We'll split into the assigned groups then. Let's not waste time.
Welcome to the first stage of Soul Glad, and in the School of Acting Challenge, you have to complete 3 Now, make your choice.
The champion's crown awaits you on the stage. Welcome to the arena of act.
Competitors, allow me to introduce the rules of... There are a total of 3 stages up ahead. It's worth mentioning that the fastest time for this stage was achieved by a contestant with fiery red hair. Astoundingly, he overcame all enemies across the 3 stages in...
Time is of the essence.
Contestants, you are about to confront as dream chasers who've come to panic.
Are you all right?
You bully!
Never hesitate! That was good. Too slow. In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight. Forever triumphant!
Essas duas personagens juntas é muito roubado.
Annihilate. As you command.
Fearless knows not fear.
Soul Clan! My Soul Clan!
Pretty simple.
Vou trocar de Bill pela Akron.
Congratulations on becoming a just as you're about to give up.
Why is our opponent?
Because this...
Isn't this just product placement?
To safeguard the integrity of soul.
What's in your prescription?
Again. Never waters of oblivion.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. Help me, Mr. Sora.
As you command.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Help me, Mr. Sora.
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
As you command.
Never hesitate!
As you command.
I won't do it.
Stay back, Clara.
Destined for oblivion.
Stay back, Clara.
What's in your prescription?
The world kisses me with pain, and I provide with soul glad in return. Whoosh!
Nagadinho. Pense. Tá, hora de trocar de novo.
Congratulations to our... No matter how length...
None will take... Oh, dinosaur! Grab a bottle of soul...
World cleansing dragon.
Stay back, Clara. Stay back, Clara.
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Too slow.
Annihilate.
Help me, Mr. Sora.
As you command. As you command. Stay back, Clara.
Never hesitate! I won't do it.
What's in your prescription?
Eliminating threat.
Rise!
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
The body.
That should do it. Okay. Isn't this fight way off?
Transforming into a dinosaur isn't imaginative enough for you? After an extended battle, in the years that followed, you encountered each other. Well done! You brought to life the thrilling action scenes from Once Upon a Time in Dreams.
Looks like we won. Let's hurry up and get to the next stage.
Grace. Break. World cleansing dragon.
I won't do it. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Hide.
Help me, Mr. Sora.
As you command.
Rise. World cleansing dragon.
Stay back, Clara.
The fearless knows not fear.
Os itens.
Congrats to both of you for clearing this. Look at the time! You finished much faster.
That red-haired contestant.
You'll find out eventually. You have the option to choose gun. And now, make your...
Eu prefiro mais os desafios de combate. É interessante. Capite.
Dear friends, welcome to the... It is said that these cartoon characters will enter into the world of...
If it's a gunfire trial, ready? 1, 2, 3. Are we?
Very in this honors it.
Me enganou.
Oh, brave Hanu, you look like you could really use some help. Long time no see. Oh, listen closely. But you know what? Now, I can't wait to...
Let's stay alert and make sure those monsters don't spot us. Look up there! If we can push that thing down, do you think that would do the trick?
Qual o balde deles?
Finally, that's all the jigsaw pieces. Let's hurry back.
Essa é com as peças do canto.
Oh my! Hurry now!
Such... Disconnecting from that thing so suddenly has left me feeling slightly disoriented. Is that... What exactly is he talking about?
Tick-tock! It's time for me to make an appearance!
Clocky? I can also see him.
In Dreamville, Clocky is everywhere and can do anything! Like right now! Hanu says, battle! We must do battle! The enemy is at our doorstep, and we have no path of... Touch that suspicious-looking TV right now!
So they just jumped and sheesh. Well, here we go again. Ready? I am
No, it's last we saw, but brave Hanu won't go to...
But... we...
Guess what? Hanu's favorite buzz...
The storage room. It's behind the shelves, right? He wasn't lying. There's actually a bazooka here. Now we should have a way of dealing with those baddies. This thing feels just like the soaring locust too. Careful, it looks...
Tá. E aqui eu não é pra ter ativado ela.
Here we go again.
Sim. Tá pra do DJ. And you Sydney.
That should be all of them, right?
Oh my! Hanu is on a string!
Ah, né?
Well, that's that.
Peerless.
Oh. Então eu quero ver isso aqui. Se ele combina com a Rimiko. Rimiko build. Speed. Tem velocidade, mas não é o principal. Pegando a mão. Lá. Lá embaixo. Isso. Mapa? Não. Também, né? Não.
Surely there's something better out there.
Vê que tem. tem nada mais aqui. Vou andar de cima. Apareceu uma porta aqui com Anu pra entrar. Não tem passagem. Aí lá pra cima não tem jeito não.
Congratulations to both of you! Oh, you've overcome all obstacles and proven yourselves. But, unfortunately, there is only one who can be Penacony's festive superstar. In the final stage, you will face the defending champion. If you fail, you will lose. Welcome to the 33rd Scorched Sand...
Estágio. Vamos ver quem vai vir. Ou no 1. Esse combate e super estrelas.
No way, I think I just saw someone extraordinary.
Okay.
Please wait! Handsome gentleman, beautiful miss. By the glorious light of beauty! I never...
Are you a knight of beauty?
You've already heard of my humble title elsewhere? Upon hearing of the impending festivity, fortunately, the mini rabbit mech pilot, stray cat duelist, saving the world. What a righteous... No, that won't do. The rules... What would be...
That's right.
Oh. To encounter... However, present-day Penacony bears no mark. Forgive me, my dear friends. If you cannot present... But if what you say is true... Though upon arrival I was once mistaken for it. What matters is that I now stand before you. If I am fortunate enough to emerge victorious, Idrilla, the beauty. Dear friends, please ready yourselves, for this trial set forth by the beauty.
Heaven's surge. Rise! Awaken, dormant world-cleansing dragon.
A flesh wound.
Need a doctor?
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Annihilate. I want to protect everyone. Tell me, Mr. Sora.
Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might. You're right.
I'm okay.
A flesh wound.
Top what's in your prescription? Thanks. I'll never forget.
As you command. The strength. Heaven's surge. Break.
A flesh wound.
Fangs and claws got...
Stay back, Clara.
Confess.
Eliminating threat.
Bear witness. To
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sora.
As you command. Heaven's surge. Rise.
Let me tend your wounds.
I venture forth to forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Too close.
You're fighting a gentleman. Let thine will. A flesh wound.
Awaken the world-cleansing dragon.
Se ele tivesse ali, seria mais fácil.
Your afflictions, friends, are indeed ours. It's a pity. The laurels of victory belong to a trip.
Heaven's surge. Break.
Let the duel commence.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds. The fearless knows not fear.
Stay back, Clara.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
As you command.
What's in your prescription?
Do not fret. Annihilate.
Put forth all your might.
I'm okay.
Stay back, Clara.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Fangs and claws got... Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
You don't look so good.
Too close.
Rise to the challenge. Put forth all your might.
As you command.
Behold, this symbol of pure beauty.
Hide.
I sense a storm.
That's enough. I have come to grasp the sincerity of your cause. I yield. Beautiful! Truly go forth. I shall
Eu
remain.
espero que não tenha que fazer isso com a Março e a
In that
Rico.
case, let's make our way to the end. Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of this year. On behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations to you. Wishing you... As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved into the truth about Penacony and its Stellaron. Both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce.
Just as
we acknowledge the perspective of you,
Eu tenho que pensar ele agora.
Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert to a place characterized by chaos, disorder, or anarchy. Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated, equality non-existent, common folk living ultimately. Only heroes like yourselves manage to achieve success. But I would dare ask, if you did not possess a dystopia for the survival of the fittest, or a sweet dream paradise for all?
That's not the point! Don't let him mislead you!
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse. The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Ms. Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. With all present, let's begin by let's talk about our tribulations and our final course of action.
You mean to say that for the...
Indeed, Dream Master. One...
This is indeed... Do you have any...
I'd like to ask... If I have offended the...
Dream Master, it's just a...
Sunday. Robin, the magnitude of this matter is enormous. Sunday, might I ask you to be seated?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I...
I will do as you command.
May thy will be...
Oh, triple-faced soul.
Let us begin.
Understood. Question. Have you...
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do?
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your...
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I...
They have seen your faith.
Just a moment.
What is it?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called divine laws. The god you both mentioned, are they truly Shive?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their light. All such a delicate and complex...
Perfectly harmonized. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but in the distant past, later, they fell. The route traversed by this eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being, though an eon may perish, paths with no...
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment. for the sake of our grand cause.
What?
Sorry, Robin. It's just you.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing?
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by Shipe within the foundation of law, and through harmony, we obtain order.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the order on Pen.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder their...
You should know that these actions...
Should we need to stand against the name... Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone, and have been widely observed. Patience is a virtue. However, I won't hold it against you.
If it is the order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no...
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. Natural selection. The world abides...
So you've decided to resurrect a dead...
If Miss Himiko is interested, I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders. So, come with me, everyone. Let us retrace our steps and see once again where this road leads.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dream.
Did you do the same to what?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before, so he should understand. Tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feeling. Now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. From this point on, you will witness the numerous decisions I've faced. I've selected a portion of these to share with you. I believe after going through similar predicaments, let's begin. The first decision. A story about a baby bird. This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster. Later on, Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, after dinner, that baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all. We decided to build a nest for it right there and then. It was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving. We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the wild. The tragic, its destiny was determined by our momentary whim. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Stick to the original plan, and build a nest with soft net with a charm, or build a cage for it, and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within the warmth of a home. I eagerly await your answer.
It looks like he really has no intention of imprisoning us. If it's just a quiz, I suppose it's fine to humor him. Back to the question. I would personally choose to build the little Charmony dove a cage. No special reason.
I can't decipher his intentions right now, but based solely on that question, I would, even if I was gonna release it back into the sky, it'd have to be strong enough to fly first. If I left it where I found it, I fear it'd never get the chance to fly ever again.
E o que a Marcia tem a falar?
build a cage for the little Charmony dove. After all, leaving it there, it's bound to get hurt by wild animals or something.
Eu vou no gastão também, velho.
I'm happy to see that you made a choice similar to ours. If your mind is made up, we passionately nursed it back to health, preparing only the best food for it every day. We even preened its feathers. Later, on the day that Robin left Penacony, we opened the cage door and let it. I watched it for a long while by the window. Finally, on the 137th attempt, it succeeded. But its attempt did not go perfectly. The fall shattered its wings. It writhed helplessly in my embrace. But it was all for naught, finally succumbing to a painful demise. And in that instant, I deeply regret the choices we made. Next, let us head to the second decision. This story happened when I was appointed as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive to the It was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all. He was a dream chaser, and he told me I sold everything I could at home. He had a plan in place. He would, after hearing the dream chaser's story. I'll tell you the outcome soon. Will you do as I did and try to convince the Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit, so that the Dream Chaser may live peacefully and realize his wishes? Or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heat? I look forward to everyone's
This question... surely it has some connection to the baby bird story. I'd probably choose to ask the Bloodhounds to cease their pursuit.
Pretty soon.
A dream chaser story. If I act, but what cruel repercussion would this choice result in? I think...
Illegal stowaways are really quite common on Penacony. He sold his kids to chase a dream. Even if he... With that thought, there's only one choice. Let the Bloodhound send him back home. This person deserves to be punished.
I'm honored to witness you arriving at the same decision. Out of respect, I'll share with you the dire consequences that my choice back then brought about. First, the outcome. He attained major success. After avoiding capture, he ran a business for a few... Now then, did he realize the wish he set out to achieve? No. The last time I saw him was in the real world. He told me the reason he was in this predicament was because he conspired to use... In the end, my heart aligned with the harmony, and the good deed. As to your choice, and the story this time. This story happened the day I was appointed the... What surprised me was that the Dream Master had only... The letter contained the usual pleasant...
Do you know who wrote?
My sister, of course.
To help you grasp the...
From what the letter indicated.
Correct.
A stray bullet.
A war has broken out on that. She hoped to ease the people.
Is she all right?
If the operation was successful, by the eon above, the bullet struck her...
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags right away. My gratitude for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Gopher. Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments, don't you?
How could this happen?
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I share this likewise. I've prepared one last question. One last choice. Because this is merely a figment of imagination. A nightmare that has haunted me through countless nights. Would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harmony?
I can't believe that happened to Miss Robin. The strong defending the weak is a great mantra, but if I had to pay such a price...
I often feel like I've dreamt of similar scenes on certain nights. In the dream, I see blurry faces. Their confusion and fear are lucid to me. But I also remember they chose never to give... If Mr. Sunday's question leaves you puzzled, you should find the answer from your own with each trailblaze. Dangers and tribulations will surely follow. But
Miss Robin's courage is admirable. And here I was, but the fact that she's also Mr. Sunday's younger sister? No, I doubt he'd wish harm on his own flesh and blood, no matter how grand.
I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be established through the order where the strong govern the weak. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain, because this is not what happiness is at all. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life, and this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper...
So what is your definition of living a happy life?
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally... When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cage nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis, that is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses of humanity. Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract, so allow me to provide a simple example. As you all may know, there are societal norms like weekend. During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life, and it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite and thus, there would be no need to bear the hard... Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you of all would surely...
It sounds like a flawless theory.
But... what is the price to attain all this?
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must remain trapped in solitary wakening.
Wakening? Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering...
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words, it is an escape.
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, the seeds of escape exist in everyone's hearts. Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as for why life slumbers, it is because... But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty.
I admit that you are a born leader. Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism, but unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak, perhaps in your mind, you also view me as weak? Because I don't think so.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer. We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale instructed before. Tell him our choice.
What is
Calma aí. Vai e
this
volta, vai e
place?
volta, vai e volta.
Place ring any bell?
Ih,
I don't know, but
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that, so I thought you. I'm counting on you then.
Himeko, I still don't get it. Why were you so sure that Misha had a connection with this
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But... Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death, which we now know. The question now is, who? We're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha some time, as I believe...
All right, but there are doors all over the place. Which one?
I guess... I'm not entirely sure, but...
Let's give it a try.
Wait, you managed to choose the right...
Weird. This place is quite different from the hotel. If I remember correctly, there... And the room... Hold on.
This could be a case of amnesia, since this place seems familiar.
Yeah, then...
eu vou passar, salvar aqui e... Meu Deus. E... Um 3 ali. Isso aqui daria 4. Bom, gente, deu por hoje, hein? Quase 4 horas de live seguidas. coisa pra caramba. Vim pra cá. Meu Deus. Foi coisa pra caramba. Por isso que eu falei que eu não queria fazer o react, senão não ia conseguir fazer tanta coisa assim. Bom, agora eu vou ficar pra próxima live. Talvez... Como vai lançar na terça, né? É na terça-feira. Não. Quarta-feira. Aí talvez segunda-feira eu continue a live. E Honkai. Pra dia 15 e dia 16 começar a 3.0. Bom, eu acho que é isso. Live comprida. É bem longa hoje. Bom, é isso mesmo. Só não esquece de se inscrever, deixar o like, compartilhar. Twitch, compartilhar e seguir. Para ajudar o canal a crescer. Quem puder fazer isso nos dois lugares seria bom. Bom, obrigado por todo mundo que apareceu. Eu estou indo nessa. Fui.